Who could be the royal sister Celestia and Luna's parents? Were they even more powerful alicorns than them? And which Equestria girl's character was a confirmed bisexual? Stay till the end of the video cause I can assure you that it would be 20% awesome. Shall we? Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie, and do you guys just like or do you love our dearest Derpy hooves? The pony that won the hearts of all bronies by accident. Can you believe it? In the very first episode, in the scene where Pinkie Pie starts to yap a lot with Twilight, we see many background pony gathered, alongside a grey pony with crossed eyes. This detail was an animation mistake, as we see this pony in other scenes with its eyes in their normal position. Fans got so obsessed with this anonymous pony that started to make theories about her. Plus, the idea of a clumsy pony was one of the biggest headcanon of the fandom, making Hasbro themselves adopt this idea of a cute and nutsy pony. In a good way, of course. So much that in the episode The Last Roundup, Rainbow Dash herself calls her Derpy, officializing the name, and for everyone's surprise, Derpy even got some lines. The thing is that some people didn't like the way she was portrayed, as if Derpy had some mental condition because of her funny and sloppy manners. This made Hasbro edit her out of the episode, changing her voice and removing her name Derpy. Luckily, Derpy never lost her popularity. She remained as a background character in many episodes, always with her signature expression. But it was in the 100th episode of the show Slice of Life, aka one of the best episodes in the whole series, where Derpy was shown as a main character, loved by all in the city, solidifying her status of the My Little Pony Unusual fandom mascot. And speaking of mascots, is it just me who finds it weird that ponies can domesticate other animals, like cows, horses, cats, and even pigs? Back in the video where I mentioned ponies being evolved humans, I commented the possibility of Equestria having some sort of hierarchy, something that might also happen between inferior animals. And as ponies are way more evolved than other animals, I think it's fair to assume that these ponies would take advantage of those other animals, domesticating them for their own sake, and even as food source, like cow milk or sheep wool. Animals domesticating animals. Have you ever noticed how similar Tia and Sunset Shimmer's cutie marks are? And this is not by coincidence. One of the possible reasons for that is the fact that Sunset Shimmer was one of the most talented of Celestia students before her fall, as well as Twilight. As far as I know, it was never shown how Sunset got her mark. In this case, Celestia probably was setting her up to take place when the right time comes, meaning that Sunset Shimmer was going to be Equestria's ruler, just like we saw happening with Twilight. However, it's clear that her cutie mark seems to represent a duality, as in my interpretation shows two faces of Sunset Shimmer, power and knowledge. As I said, Sunset is one of the most powerful students that Celestia had. The problem is that she was too hungry for power and knowledge, of things that weren't on her reach, something that deeply disappointed Celestia because it showed Sunset's other side. But after her redemption, her cutie mark can be interpreted as the raising of sun, the yellow half, and the sun setting, the red half, symbolizing a journey filled with ups and downs. But it could also symbolize she overcoming herself to balance what she achieved as a character. But now I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that Sunset Shimmer's cutie mark really has a deeper meaning, or did it just go with the lazy route? Comment it down below. I would love to hear it from you guys. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, Secret and Pies managed to turn Rainbow Dash into a despicable character with all that hate for pies. The thing is that it so happens that Rainbow Dash ate some pies way before this episode from season 7. That means that this is a continuity error, since in the episodes The Super Speedy Sweetie Cider Squeezy 6000, and in the Wonderbolt Academy, Dash is shown eating pies without any complaints. Maybe she found a fly on her pie and ended up developing a severe hate or disgust for them, because Dash clearly ate pies prior to this episode. Of course, that a simple explanation for that would be the two different writers that wrote these episodes. One G4 had a lot of them working non-stop in scripts, making so each one of them had a particular idea or a different vision about some characters. Luckily, if there's a pie that Rainbow Dash likes, that's Pinkie Pie. Okay, this was lame. Did you guys know that many fans believe that Pinkie Pie's sister's Maud Pie could be in the spectrum? For me, this makes a lot of sense, mostly when we analyze her behavior in the series. Even though this was never confirmed by Hasbro or by Lauren Faust, it's clearly that Maud has many of the traits associated with autistic people. For example, she can't express her feelings, and I'm not saying that just because of her dull voice, but because of how rare it is to Maud to express some reaction in any way in the series. Being that a smile, show some anger, and even fear something. Sure, that doesn't mean that Maud doesn't feel anything, she just has a different way of expressing her feelings. Something rather common in autistic people. Maud also has a specific interest for rocks, to the point of carrying a pet rock like it was a living thing. This hyperfocus is a really common thing in autistic people, where they focus so hard in a matter and only care about this matter, without caring to what others say. And what makes this theory even more plausible is her hard time having social interactions. When the main six try to get along with her, they all feel dislocated with Maud's neutral personality, most because she takes everything literally, making an even harder time for the main six to communicate with her. And even though I love the idea of Maud being autistic, as many neurodivergent fans identify with her, none of the writers or producers from Hasbro ever confirmed this theory, but they also never denied it. Now, the million-dollar question: who are Celestia and Luna's parents? If you're an OG My Little Pony fan, you've probably stumbled by this image with their allegedly parents, King Cosmos and Queen Galaxia. Yes, they had names. However, this is just a fan art, not something official released by Hasbro. Lauren Faust, the creator of the show, did say a few years back that both Celestia and Luna did not have parents that were at the higher position. That means in Tia and Luna's family, they were the only ones to reach royalty. And as many of you guys should know, they also did not have any brothers or sons. Even Blue Blood is a great-great-grandson far away in the family line. After Sunset Shimmer's redemption, many fans started to ship Sunset with Twilight, and then with Sidetwi, both because of their cute interactions and also because they do form a nice duo. But after the Legend of Everything movie released, many fans started to write a lot of things about Sunset and Twilight starting to date as soon as they hit college. And that's when Katrina Hadley, the director of Equestria Girls, said in her Twitter that Sunset Shimmer is bisexual. But then she completed that with "this is open to fan interpretation." So, did you guys know about that information? And as we're talking about LGBT characters, Scootaloo's aunts, Aunt Holiday and Aunt Lofty do form one of the first couples confirmed in G4 My Little Pony. They appeared for the first time in the series in the episode The Last Crusade, Season 9, Episode 12, where they were shown taking care of Scootaloo while her parents were away traveling by work. Bad parents in my opinion, but anyway. Later, Michael Vogel, one of the writers of the show, confirmed in his Twitter that Holiday and Lofty were in fact a couple, saying, "When I wrote this, I thought of them as a couple. This is something that no one brought it up during production." This means that Hasbro kind of approved the inclusion of a lesbian couple in G4, a huge win for the brony and LGBT community. communities. And before you guys say anything, I know that the show already has some subtle homosexual couples like Lyra and Bonbon, but Scootaloo's aunts were the first confirmed explicit couple to the same gender in the franchise, something that many people didn't think was possible. So my loves, what do you think about this video? If you know about some curiosities that I didn't mention in this video, comment it down below, okay? And share this video with your friends and family so they can also get into My Little Pony universe. Thank you a lot for watching this video till here, and hasta la vista!